A lot of you out there have been asking me how to make homemade bread. Well, I have the perfect recipe for you, and it's actually very simple. So first up, you need a strong, high-protein flour, just like this bread and pizza flour. 500 grams of this goes into a bowl. A higher protein flour, just like this one, is going to give you a fluffier loaf, and I love beautiful fluffy bread. And now for the yeast. Usually when you're making bread, you need to put your yeast in some lukewarm water and let it stand for a while to activate. But this has an improver in it. So all we need is this 7-gram sachet straight into our flour, and we continue on with all the processes. So we'll add some sugar along with some salt. Mix that in and just make a well in the centre, and we can start incorporating our lukewarm water. You do still need lukewarm water when you're making your bread to activate that yeast and that bread improver. So here you can either use your hands or grab a wooden spoon and little by little add that water until a sticky dough forms. Then I'm going to place this onto my wooden board and give it a really good knead for about 10 minutes. You also get a workout, so it's a win-win. Okay, I've been kneading this for 10 minutes and it's looking fantastic, lovely and soft, and now it needs to rest. So just in a bowl, I'll add a splash of olive oil just so it doesn't stick, and we're going to place this in, cover it with some cling film, and then this rests for about 45 minutes to 60 minutes or until it doubles in size, and you want to leave it in a warm part of the kitchen because it's going to prove even faster. And have a look at that. You can see that it's doubled in size. It looks fantastic, but unfortunately we need to knock it back now before we place it into our tin. So just bring the sides away from the bowl. I'll add a little extra flour onto my board and we'll just tip this out. Oh, look at that. And we're just going to knead this now for 2 more minutes, then pop it in my loaf tin and allow it to prove for another 30 minutes before baking it. And for baking, you need a really, really hot oven, so 220 degrees, and it's going to cook for about 30 minutes or until it's really golden on the top. Nothing compares to when bread comes out of the oven and the smell is just sensational. I've just allowed it to cool slightly, and the best way to know that your bread is cooked, of course, is from that crusty golden top. But also, if you turn it around, give it a tap, and if it sounds hollow, you know that your bread is completely cooked through. And now for a taste. I'm going to cut a few slices. Look at that gorgeous texture, light and fluffy, and all because we've used the right flour and the yeast and the improver. That smells like heaven. Fresh bread in the morning, a little butter if you like, or just have it as is. Fresh bread that you've made yourself, there's always a sense of achievement, and you can see how easy it is to do.